We have a racist in the White House. We have a sexist in the White House, and he is tearing away at the fabric of our democracy.
The single most unqualified human being to ever assume the presidency of the United States. He's mentally unfit.
People always say, you know, he could redo All in the Family. I said, what do you mean? We're living it. We've got Archie in the White House. He always, when he quotes something that isn't him, and they're talking about Donald Trump, he goes, well, Donald Trump, bo, 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 bo. Every character is exactly the same. Well, Donald Trump, bo, 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 every time. And he always does that walk where he does like this, you know? Always.
The problem he has, as far as I can see, is that he's a pathological liar.
People have to understand our democracy is being taken away from us. Make no mistake, we have a year before this country becomes a full-on autocracy.
This is not a political party anymore. I don't know what this is. I believe there's a Christian nationalist movement that's very frightening. Do we want to continue democracy, or do we want to slip?
Do you really worry that if he were to win again, and I'm not saying this like it's such a far-fetched notion, if he were to win again, that he would not give up power?
You know he won't. You know he won't. He even said it. He's never going to give it up. And anybody who deludes themselves in thinking that he is, shame on you.
You have compared the Trump family to a gangster family, which is something coming from you. What do you mean?
Well, because he thinks he's a gangster. He does everything like a gangster. I don't think that gangsters in that world would think much of him, because there's honor among thieves. There's honor in anything. If you don't keep your word and do the right thing with people, no matter what profession you're in, you are going to get ostracized. And in that world, it's a little harder.
When I saw he was running for president, I just thought how dangerous to have somebody so vindictive in the White House, so eaten up with themselves, that, you know, that for the first time in my life, I thought I ought to speak out and let people who believe that, you know, Trump is wonderful, know that there is a side to Trump that, you know, is dangerous and rather unpleasant and certainly unforgiving.
In our nation's 246-year history, there has never been an individual who is a greater threat to our republic than Donald Trump. He tried to steal the last election using lies and violence to keep himself in power after the voters had rejected him. He is a coward. A real man wouldn't lie to his supporters. He lost his election, and he lost big. I know it, he knows it, and deep down, I think most Republicans know it. Lynn and I are so proud of Liz for standing up for the truth, doing what's right, honoring her oath to the Constitution, when so many in our party are too scared to do so. Liz is fearless. She never backs down from a fight. There is nothing more important she will ever do than lead the effort to make sure Donald Trump is never again near the Oval Office. And she will succeed. I am Dick Cheney. I proudly voted for my daughter. I hope you will too.
I'm Liz Cheney, and I approve this message.
As a country, we have 3 years to go with a man who's not only massively, and I mean massively corrupt, but I'm not sure possesses the basic elements of humanity. And I'm not sure he's not getting worse. It's not up to me, because frankly, I wouldn't piss down his goddamn throat if his heart was on fire. But nobody expects me to do that, or people that listen to this. But I just wonder if deep down inside, somebody can't do some kind of intervention, because this thing is deteriorating by the day. He's not going to win any more elections. That's already evident. That's already clear. But that's just one element. So we need to go forward, and we need to deal with this, and maybe somebody can do it. But until then, I hope this holiday ends up better than starting. Thank you.
And boosting Trump back in 2016. But I also think there are Americans who are engaged in this kind of propaganda. and whether they should be civilly or even in some cases criminally charged is something that would be a better deterrence, because
you have an obligation
to be a part of that decision.
You might think it's not important. You might think you're not important.
But that's not true. And the only way we can prove that to you is by having lots of famous people.
Lots of famous people.
Lots and lots of famous people.
Just a shit ton of famous people.
But you only get this many famous people together if the issue's
one that truly matters to all of us.
A disease or
ecological crisis or
a racist, abusive coward who could permanently damage the fabric of our society.
Do the math. Do we really want to give nuclear weapons to a man whose signature move is firing?
Firing things?
But we can end this nightmare before it begins.
We can save the day.
For our children.
For our children.
For our children.
For our communities.
For our communities.
For our communities.
For America.
For America.
For America.
All it takes is all of us.
All of us.
All of us.
We cannot pretend both sides are equally unfavorable.
We can't say one vote doesn't matter.
Your vote matters.
Your vote matters.
It affects everything.
Not just the presidency, but the Senate.
The House.
Your local officials.
Immigration.
Immigrant.
Student debt.
Common sense gun laws.
The Supreme Court.
See, this isn't just an election, it's a tipping point.
For the country.
For the world.
For your world.
Say one nice thing about him.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the famous faces who despise the 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump, with every fiber of their being. We'll explore when their hatred started and what they did to express their loathing.
He's like the mean doctor on a soap opera, the one who sells drugs, you know.
Number 10. George Clooney. There aren't many political arguments that the multi-award-winning actor and filmmaker hasn't been involved with.
Try to get behind things that I think I could have, at least I can help bring attention to it.
And in 2016, Trump was Clooney's target during his election campaign.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump. That's not going to happen.
In interviews, he described the prospective president as an opportunist, a xenophobic fascist, a Hollywood elitist, and, a lot less scathing, a knucklehead.
He was just this knucklehead. I knew him before he was, a president. He was just a guy who was chasing girls.
After backing Hillary Clinton's run, Clooney put his support behind Joe Biden in the 2020 presidential election. The actor teamed up with former President Barack Obama for a virtual fundraiser for Biden's campaign, where the duo heavily criticized Trump's reaction to issues such as Black Lives Matter while making plenty of jokes. Number 9. Jim Carrey. In 2017, the actor and comedian showed his artistic side by creating political cartoons about the then president, his family, his administration, and his supporters.
This whole thing has brought back my 8-year-old self. It's been a gift from God. It's like literally brought me back to 8 years old, where I used to sit in my room. Trump is toast.
Some highlights of his work include mocking Trump for suggesting consuming bleach to combat COVID-19, dressing him up as Ronald McDonald, and depicting him as a baby. Carrey's artwork even led to him hosting an exhibition of his pieces at the Macarone Gallery in Los Angeles, California in 2018. The actor also wrote essays heavily slamming Trump, calling him, quote, a bourgeois New York con artist.
You gotta speak, man. This is not a time to clam up.
In 2021, Carrey retired his political cartoons after Trump was no longer president. But this hasn't stopped Trump's supporters from coming up with a conspiracy that he's secretly portraying Biden with a mask. Right.
Look, here's the deal. Nope, lost it. Come back to me.
Number 8. Eminem. 2017 was a big year for Eminem in showcasing his Trump hatred. After mentioning the then president during his track No Favors with Big Sean, the rapper was part of a cypher during the BET Hip Hop Awards.
That's an awfully hot coffee pot. Should I drop it on Donald Trump? Probably not.
The lyrical genius laid into Trump during his freestyle rap, calling him various insults and criticizing his priorities. Eminem also took verbal shots at Trump's supporters, even if they were fans of his music.
I'm drawing in the sand a line. You're either for or against.
Eminem walked back some of the criticism towards Trump fans during his 2018 song The Ringer and sympathized with them. Interestingly, Eminem also mentioned how the Secret Service investigated him for his anti-Trump demonstrations. Did that mellow him out? Not really. In 2023, he spoke about Trump brainwashing. his supporters.
We love our military and we love our country, but we hate Trump!
Number 7, Kerry Washington. If there's any actor who knows about the mind of a devious manipulator, Washington would be the one, since she played Olivia Pope in Scandal.
Mediocrity is not an option for me.
In 2016, on the side of Clinton, the actor laid into Trump's family policies in interviews. During the 2017 Glisten Respect Awards, Washington verbally took down the then president during her acceptance without even mentioning his name.
The flames of terror and exclusion are being ignited by some of our most powerful leaders.
In 2020, as well as taking part in the Democratic National Convention, Washington also guest hosted Jimmy Kimmel Live. During one segment, she asked children about the then president, who held nothing back by describing him as, quote, alien.
Yeah, what do you think of him?
Alien.
Washington even produced 2020's The Fight, which explored legal battles between Trump's administration and the American Civil Liberties Union. Number 6, Mark Hamill. In 2017, the Star Wars actor dusted off his old Joker voice to read Trump tweets, confusing many on whether the then president or the clown prince of crime had said these baffling things.
Happy New Year to all, including to my many enemies, and those who have fought me and lost so badly, they just don't know what to do.
Hamill has regularly given a verbal battering to Trump via social media.
I don't know about you, but after 4 years of this administration, I'm exhausted.
He agreed with Trump's statements that he should be jailed to restore the country's democracy, mocked the president stumbling over words in speeches, and shared Taylor Swift's criticism of him from several years ago. Hamill hasn't just used the internet to tackle Trump. He's also taken part in commercials for Biden's campaign. From one in 2020, the actor described Trump as, quote, easily the worst president ever.
We're doing a great job. Oh my gosh. You're living in some episode of The Twilight Zone that I don't want to see.
Number 5, Stephen King. In 1983, The Dead Zone was released, which featured a disturbed, narcissistic presidential candidate destroying the world in the future.
You cowardly bastard! You're not the voice of the people! I am the voice of the people! The people speak through me, not you!
Well, the novel it was based on was written by King. Seeing life perhaps imitating art, he has been very vocal against Donald Trump.
Have you ever blocked anybody?
Yes, I blocked Donald Trump.
As well as laying into him on social media, King added his name to an open letter by writers against Trump's candidacy in 2016. King has described The Apprentice star, or Blabbermouth Don as he coined, as a horrible president and person, a criminal, a dim bulb, and a sociopath. The legendary author has been vocal against Trump's abortion policies, his habit of stirring hate and division, and allegedly weaponizing his supporters against political rivals.
Do you think that the Trump presidency is scarier than a Stephen King novel?
Short answer to that is yes, I do.
Number 4, Meryl Streep. You'd think the U.S. president would have better things to do than retort to criticisms from a celebrity, but apparently not, as we discovered in 2017. After mocking Trump at the previous year's Shakespeare in the Park Public Theater Gala, Streep accepted an award at the 74th Golden Globe Awards.
But there was one performance this year that stunned me. It sank its hooks in my heart. Not because it was good. There was nothing good about it.
During her speech, the award-winning actor laid into Trump. She tackled his campaign and his grim mocking of disabled journalist Serge F. Kovaleski.
Disrespect invites disrespect. Violence incites violence. When the powerful use their position to bully others, we all lose.
On social media, Trump called Streep overrated, which is hilariously inaccurate, and called her a, quote, Hillary flunky. The actor has employed this immature insult several times over the years as she condemned Trump publicly.
I totally agreed with him. Yeah.
Streep even used him for inspiration for her character's bonkers administration in 2021's Don't Look Up.
At this very moment, I say we sit tight and assess.
Number 3, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Before Trump moved from the entertainment world to politics, there was Schwarzenegger.
But certainly Mr. Schwarzenegger is, as of now, the projected winner.
The action star became the governor of California from 2003 to 2011. Since becoming a citizen in 1983, Schwarzenegger stated he wouldn't vote for a Republican candidate with Trump in 2016. Trump didn't take it well, since he regularly criticized the actor who replaced him as the host of The Celebrity Apprentice.
Hey Donald, I have a great idea. Why don't we switch jobs? You take over TV, because you're such an expert in ratings, and I take over your job. And then people can finally sleep comfortably again.
In 2021, Schwarzenegger released a video that tore apart Trump and his role in the shocking Capitol riot, as well as calling him a failed leader.
He saw the coup by misleading people with lies.
The actor compared the 2021 incident to Adolf Hitler's Germany and the infamous Night of Broken Glass. Over recent years, Schwarzenegger has slammed the Republican Party for not finding an intelligent candidate to run.
And I think a lot of people in America today are being misled.
Number 2. Cher. During the 2016 election, several celebs stated they would leave the States if Trump became president. But for Cher, another country wasn't far enough. She wanted to switch planets.
It means we want to make America straight and plain.
Shortly after he announced his campaign in 2015, the music icon published her scathing thoughts on social media, at one point saying his punishment was being Donald Trump. Over the years, Cher has compared the Home Alone 2 star to notorious dictators, called him an idiot, and stated she has never hated anyone as much as him.
It's like there's a death in my family.
In 2023, after mentioning she got an ulcer the last time he was elected, if Trump were to win again, Cher reiterated she would leave the U.S. Perhaps this time she'll make it to Jupiter.
There's nothing nice about him. I can't say one nice thing about him.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Alan Ritchson. In 2024, the Reacher star riled up Trump supporters by calling him an assaulter.
Scapegoating has proven to be a viable solution in society, sadly so, to quell violence.
Chelsea Handler. The comedian famously slammed her ex, 50 Cent, for supporting Trump in 2020.
I did promise, to pay his taxes, and then I found out it's illegal to pay somebody to vote for your candidate.
Yes, it is.
John Legend. The music legend broke up his friendship with Kanye West over his support for Trump.
I think he's selfish, he's racist, he's misogynist, he's a liar.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Robert De Niro. Since he was elected as U.S. President in 2016, De Niro has taken every opportunity to verbally drag Trump.
Yeah, he's so stupid.
The then-president ignored it until the actor uttered a curse word insult towards him at the 72nd Tony Awards in 2018, which garnered a really positive reaction from the audience. With his filmography pretty much making him an expert on the subject, De Niro has stated that Trump is a wannabe gangster and tough guy.
Today we have a kind of a weird, twisted president who thinks he's a gangster, who's not even a good gangster.
He's described the former commander-in-chief as evil, having no ethics or morals, and a, quote, total monster. De Niro has also stated that he has no desire to portray Trump in a film since he has, quote, nothing redeemable. Considering he played Max Cady in 1991's Cape Fear, that's a brutal putdown.
Counselor, could you be there?
Which celebrity do you think will attempt to run for the U.S. presidency in the future? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? Tom Hanks? Dolly Parton? Let us know below.
Thank you.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
I'm going to say one thing. Fuck Trump. It's no longer down with Trump. It's fuck Trump.
Criticism of you. Fuck him. Okay, well, this is cable.
Sorry.
He's a punk. He's a dog. He's a pig. He's a con, a bullshit
artist, a mutt. He's an idiot. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country. I'd like to punch him in the face. Punch him in the face. Of course I want to punch him in the face.
Right.
He's so stupid. Divisive, racist, misogynist, ignorant. Stupid. Stupid. He's a lowlife. A national disgrace. That scumbag. He's sick. Total loser. Fake president. Gangster. First family. Psychopathic, malignant narcissist. Narcissistic and self-centered. He's just obtuse. He's dumb. So stupid. When he's in jail, and that I certainly am looking forward to. Take him away in an orange jumpsuit.
He will not last the 4 years. We're the people protectors.
The president-elect said our country was a dumping ground for the world. Really?
So you must never give up, because the thing that will help us, that will get us through this, is anger.
We're in the time of showing up, and showing up with love.
I just want to say, I've been standing out here in the freezing cold for a long time. I have to go to the bathroom. I have to pee.
A few actresses that he named and actors that are worried about what's happening in the U.S. Are you worried?
Of course. No, I mean, we have a president who's he's not only crazy, he's a dark, dark presence. And it's happened so quickly. 6 months, he's almost destroyed our country.
And it just happens that we time out that we're here at the same time some other people who shouldn't fucking be here are.
Believe me, if Donald Trump is president again, at some point or another, that ugliness will touch all of our lives. And it will not matter what you look like, how you worship, who you love, or how you vote. If you don't make 6 or 8 or 12 figures, if you're not famous, if you criticize or disagree with him in any way, if he doesn't view you as his equal or relevant to his ambitions, I promise you, he will not think about you when he gets into the Oval Office.
Yeah, I think we probably, I think everybody's going to have their own personal reaction, and it's impossible not to be aware of the fact that people feel this, that, oh, wow, there can be retribution from the government if you say something wrong. And that's really scary. So just to even be thinking that way is, but, of course, I'm aware of it. I think everybody's aware of it. And, certain people are just naturally more outspoken and always have been. And I've sort of had my own path with it. But right now, I think it's definitely a thing that people feel. And in a way, for me, it makes me think about it even more about, well, what do I really want to say and how do I really feel about something? And I think for artists in times like these, that their creative energy really goes into expressing, what they feel. And there's a lot of amazing work that can come out of times like these that I hope we see.
Yeah. I kind of feel like we didn't get that in the first Trump. I don't know why. It's not that there wasn't great art in the first Trump, but it wasn't like during that 4 years you look back on that and feel about it the way that you might about the civil rights movement, or right, like all this like amazing like kind of music and movies. Why do you think that is?
Maybe the first time around it was more about Trump, and then this time around it's more about the realization that our country is really deeply divided. Yeah. And for me, it's less about the fact that he won by a majority and that many people are, willing to go down that road. And what is that? So that's actually something that it's always, I think, been about. And that divide is something that I think, you have to sort of wrestle with and acknowledge and figure out and look at your own point of view in that too, and your own prejudice towards, people who don't have the same point of view as you. But I also feel like there's a reality to to where we are, and we have to figure out how to go forward and be productive and call out, when the line is being crossed, which it seems like it's being crossed. I mean, January 6th, violent offenders being pardoned. That's a line,
Say her name, hang her hair. Say her name, hang her hair.
Mark Ruffalo and Michael Moore led a protest outside Trump Tower in New York City on Tuesday. Moore invited the entire audience of his Broadway play The Terms of My Surrender to the protest and provided double-decker buses for 200 of them to be driven a few blocks from the Belasco Theater to Trump Tower. The demonstration doubled as a candlelight vigil for Charlottesville, Virginia victim Heather Heyer and followed the rally that took place the day before. When Trump first arrived in NYC, it was further fueled by Trump's divisive response to the weekend's white nationalist rally. The Hollywood Reporter's Ashley Lee was at the protest with Moore, who pointed up to Trump's penthouse and said, "He's in there right now. We are here to perform a citizen's arrest. Well, there's lots of police here. Maybe they'll do it for us." Ruffalo, who was a surprise guest at the play, kicked off the chants with a brief speech.
We're here today to commemorate a life of American that was killed by a Nazi on American soil. Let's say her name so Donald Trump can hear what's happened here. He's allowed fascism. He's allowed the KKK. He's allowed Nazis to show their ugly face. And we're here to remind them there's a cost for that. Americans have died because of it.
The actor then led the crowd in a chant of "Say Her Name, Heather Heyer." Olivia Wilde and Tom Sturridge, currently starring in the Broadway play 1984 Next Door to Moore, joined the demonstration immediately after their own performance. Wilde was spontaneously asked to lead a chant.
To stand up for justice!
To stand up for justice!
To stand up for America!
To stand up for America!
Trump is not a legitimate president!
Trump is not a legitimate president!
Trump is not America!
Trump is not America!
Zoe Kazan also attended the protest and led a chant with these words.
We will not accept!
We will not accept!
White supremacy in the White House!
For more of Ashley Lee's video coverage from Tuesday night's Trump Tower protest featuring Moore and Ruffalo, check out THR.com. And for the latest news, be sure to click right over here to subscribe to our THR News YouTube channel. For the Hollywood Reporter News, I'm Tiffany Taylor.
No president has ever sent troops into the Democratic cities across the country saying full force. No president, as far as I know, has tried to control the Federal Reserve, the central bank. He is amassing power in a way that will destroy our democracy. And so we're going to stand up. We're creatives, we're storytellers. We can do it creatively. We can have a good time while we do it. But we want to push back, and we want to model what creative, nonviolent, non-cooperation looks like. That doesn't mean just showing up for people who are under attack, like Jimmy Kimmel. A lot of us signed that ACLU statement protesting what happened to Jimmy Kimmel. Mm-hmm. But we want to also, we want to be proactive, and we want to show what that can look like, and we want to. Violence is not, we will not tolerate violence. We don't want any of that, but we want to move forward with love, with unity, with solidarity, and we want to encourage everybody else and all the other sectors of this country to do the same. We don't want to be a pillar of support to this regime that's forming.
If Donald Trump walked on stage, what would you say to him? Brace yourself.
First of all, I'd say, F off, you.
something like, don't you ever come to our shores again. So, he's just horrible, I think. I mean, very unpalatable to look at.
I think I'm in great shape, but
I wouldn't suck him off.
I have nothing.
Because Trump.
Fuck Donald Trump.
Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Yeah, nigga, fuck Donald Trump. Yeah, fuck Donald Trump.
We up in Canada and they bumping this shit. Fuck Donald Trump. Because.
I wish I could vote. I'm a Canadian. I'm one of those lousy immigrants.
Well, you just made about 17,000 people vote, so I'd say you did your part.
It's doggy dog. I'm just waking up. The devil's in the dungeon and the whitewashed halls, hello hate and colored love. Doggy dog. Hold the hands up, stick by the master, listen right to years. And big wig financiers.
Donald Trump tweet.
I've actually been a big Donald Trump hater since, if you go back, I've been trolling him, if you will, for about like 5 to 7 years now. And
he's been a for a very long time. So Chrissy noticed that very early on.
For more than 5 to 7 years, but yes,
so, America's just getting to see all of it in its full glory now. But
I've been doing this
it's been
forever,
clear for
and
a
I
long
take
time.
pride in that. If you can go back and read my old ones, I literally was like, "You're the worst."
Y'all are about the dumbest couples alive. So you mean to tell me you've been hating on Donald Trump for 5 to 7 years? Dang, you a dedicated hater. It seems like you can't keep him off of your mind. Do you want him? Or do you want John Legend? Because it seems like you think about Trump more than you think about your own man. You obsessed with him, baby girl. You know where John Legend, you need to give your woman some attention because evidently she ain't getting none because she can't stop thinking about Donald J. Trump. She want her a white man. How you hate on somebody 5 to 7 years? Good God Almighty. I'm going to tell you right now, you a happy hater. I have never in my life heard of a happy hater. You happy hating on Donald Trump. Girl, you need to get you a life. John Legend, do what you're supposed to be doing.
Project 2025 is Donald Trump's playbook for controlling and punishing women, poor people, people of color, and the LGBTQ+ community. It is time for all Americans to band together and to finally defeat the Trump agenda. And the only way to do that is by confronting him at the polls. Do you want to live in a dictatorship? Well, show up and vote! Yes!
Positive surprise out of all this? That maybe he will not good?
No, he's an idiot. He's a total idiot.
He's not my president. I will never call him the president of the United States. I will never say that.
Like, these are poor people, and Donald Trump is a guy that was born rich, was given money, has only ever cared about anything in his life about getting as much money and power as he can get for himself. He's never been a philanthropic or kind person. He's never cared at all about the poor people in America in any way. And that now all of a sudden they think that he wants to take care of them. That's the part that I don't understand. The Donald Trump phenomenon makes me sad. Mostly puzzling to me because the type of people in the United States that I think take him seriously are people that feel really disaffected by the government, and they're having a hard time and they can't get work and they don't trust the government. And, I don't trust the government either. And they see him as a guy that can help fix it. Yeah, he's like some idiot talking in a bar.
Why should President Trump come see your show?
Well, I hope he doesn't, because I won't perform if he does.
Really?
Really.
Tell me why.
Because I hate the motherfucker. How's that?
Why should President Trump come see your show?
Maybe it would give him a little bit of a soul. It's hard not to feel things when you're watching our performance.
Well, I think that's a very good point, because Bronx Tale talks about inclusion. Bronx Tale talks about, is it better to be loved or feared? And it's really better to be loved. So I think that's a very good point, and I hope the president does see it.
Because it's about connection, it's about reaching out, and it's about seeing each other for who we are, and it's about honesty, and it's about love, and I think our country could stand to use a lot of that right now.
It's a show about a lot of different types of people coming together and forming this sort of family unit, and I think it's probably maybe a lot of people he has not met or not had experience dealing with. So yeah, that could have been a good show for him to see.
I'd love for him to see Hamilton. I love the message of that show. Obviously, I put my whole heart behind the message of that show. I believe that that show speaks for itself. Yeah, sure.
Our show is about welcoming everyone, and the show inspired us to be kinder people. It inspired us to see ourselves in other people's eyes, and it continues to inspire us every day. We just wanted to pass that on to anyone. Everyone is welcome to our show, and I would hope that inspires everyone.
Tell me about playing this role now.
You know what? It's extraordinary because, in the particular, I thought Hillary was going to win. And so when I was rehearsing the show, I thought, ooh, this is going to be fun. It's going to be like this triumphant song for women power. And it still is, but it has a different feel now that President Trump is there. So it has a different feel. I think what we're realizing is that women still have a ways to go a little bit on our journey, and that's cool. But yeah, it's changed the tone of it a little bit.
Dave, if you were to write a musical about the Trump presidency, what would it be called?
Oh, well, we're working on Moby Dick right now.
Yes! Actually, it's perfect. That's exactly right.
So Ahab is taking this beautiful, diverse, ship of democracy to its doom.
We are being tested right now as to whether or not 241 years of self-rule will emerge. We are on the track to destroying what we've had for 243 years. Democracy depends on it, and whether or not we sustain the 244 years of self-rule. 246 years we're coming up on, the longest democracy in the world, and it's hanging by a thread. Do we want fascism, or do we want to continue the 248 years of self-rule? We've been around for 249 years. We've had that many years of self-rule, and the election that you're seeing coming up in 2024 is going to be a referendum on whether or not we want to maintain and hold on to our democracy, or do we want to give it over to autocracy, fascism? We have, I would say, a year to be able to correct this and see whether or not our 250-year experiment continues to survive, and we'll find out.
Representative of Belgium now has the floor.
We've got a problem. We've been attacked by a foreign enemy power, and our president refuses to defend us. Donald Trump is meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin one-on-one in a closed-door meeting with no aides present and no record of what will be said. Putin's government attacked our democracy by interfering in the 2016 election to help Donald Trump become president. That is not in dispute. It has been verified by all U.S. intelligence agencies, the Republican-led Senate Intelligence Committee, and the U.S. Justice Department. Trump and his campaign's conspiracy with Russia is the subject of a federal investigation. And yet Donald Trump refuses to meet with Robert Mueller, the prosecutor leading that investigation. Trump said he'd meet with anyone. He told us, "I'll speak to anybody." But now he's backing out. If he has nothing to hide, why won't he sit down and answer Mueller's questions? What's he afraid of? In light of his meeting with Putin, it's more imperative than ever that we get that truth. Join me in demanding that Trump meet with Mueller and answer his questions.
You know, Italy has seen fascism. Italy has seen these things. You guys, you understand what happens. You have seen this before. My country is in its adolescence. Adolescence is very arrogant. Adolescence thinks it knows everything. Adolescence is naive and ignorant and arrogant. And we are in our ignorant, arrogant adolescence. We haven't seen this before in our country. So Americans who don't travel, who 80% don't have a passport, who are uneducated, are in their extraordinary naivete. What I can say is that the only way that we can help with these issues is to help each other. Now, we can't just say that women should help women, because that's the only way we have survived so far. We must say that good men must help good men, and those good men must be very aware that a lot of your friends are not good men. And you can't continue to pretend that your friends are good men when they are not good men. And you must be very clear-minded and understand that your friends who are not good men are dangerous, violent men, and you have to keep them away from your daughters, your wives, and your girlfriends. Because this is a time when we can no longer look away when bad men are bad.
You have a complete and utter lying buffoon. I mean, I'm going to tell you the truth. He's a fraud. He lies. He cheats people. Everything that comes out of his mouth virtually is a lie. And he's a con man. And if you look at what he's done with his career and how he's tricked people into things, it's abhorrent. I never liked George W. Bush, his policies, but I didn't hate the guy. I hate this man. I've never hated a politician. I can't not hate somebody who bilks innocent people out of money, life savings. And we've seen it. With that Trump University, he took people's money, $35,000, wiped these people out, and is being sued for it. He steals money from charities. I'm not making this stuff up.
All right. What brings you here? Why are you supporting President Trump? Are you supporting President Trump?
100% supporting President Trump. I was in the United States Air Force. I got out, was chasing my dream in Hollywood, moved to Hollywood. And the moment this man announced his presidency, it was just attack. And being an outsider myself, I knew right off the jump what was going on, because as we all know, if you go on YouTube and see videos of Donald Trump in the early 80s, everybody loved him, everybody praised him. Letterman, everybody, The View, they were all kissing him and loving him. The moment he said, I'm going to drain the swamp and fight for this country, they all said nope. And I say this all the time. When you drain a swamp, the alligators, the snakes, they don't leave quietly, and they haven't. But he sacrificed it all for us, and if there's anything that's going to show a lighter side of the president, I'm gonna watch and I'm going to support.
It's so simple. Go to Q, type in the loudest. The people who've been the loudest against Trump are the Satan worshippers. So easy.